So you have decided to pick up the best game that will drive your blood pressure through the roof thanks to Little Jimmy. You are Little Jimmy, okay? It is time you get educated on how to play Rainbow Six Siege. And for the Timmies out there who isn't completely new to the game, let's be honest, most of you are still dog shit, alright? But don't fear, Blaze is here. Let's not waste any more time and jump into the 10 tips you so desperately need, my guy. By now you should already know that Rainbow Six Siege isn't like any other shooter. If you sprint around like it's Call of Duty or running around like you are trying to lose a 5-star in GTA, you will get bodied, okay? Slow down, Little Jimmy. Think before you act, alright? Just because you watched a spoiled video doesn't mean you are spoiled. You have to start assuming that someone's waiting to penetrate you from all angles. With that being said, start clearing your angles and know when to move slowly and when to pick up the pace. Oh, wait, I forgot, Little Jimmy won't be able to clear any angles because he doesn't use his damn drones. That brings me to tip number 2. As an attacker, you get 2 drones. You should know this, but unfortunately we still need to remind Timmy about his second drone. Let me break it down on how you should use your drones, okay? Your first drone should be placed at your desired point of entry. Don't use your drone to rush objective. Why, you ask, Little Timmy? Because 90% of your teammates will rush just to find objective. Here's what you should do. Place your drone, hop onto your teammate's drone and observe what operators and setup the enemy team is running, okay? Your second drone should be used to prevent you from receiving the ultimate buck shots, my guy. Meaning, place your second drone to catch an enemy going for a flank, and then you let me know down in the comments if you would like to see a full video on how to properly use your drone. Okay, let's move on to tip number 3. Alright, tip number 3 is specifically for all the Jimmies. Timmies, you can sit back and finish your homework. When you are starting off your Rainbow Six Siege career, it is best to go with the easy to use operators. Don't start out with complicated operators if you are new to Rainbow Six Siege, my guy. You have no map knowledge, so there's no use in playing operators like Caveira or Sense. To make it easy for ya, on attack go with operators such as Termite, Striker or Sledge. On defense, use Rook, Mute or Jaeger. Since you are the water boy of the team, using these operators will help your team captain to clutch up, okay? On to the next one, hurry! In my opinion, SiegeX has made improvements to the in-game audio. Sound is supposed to be your best friend, especially if you solo queue, my guy. This time you get yourself a headset, okay? It doesn't have to be the best. A cheap headset is still better than no headset. And for those of you who already have a headset, it's about time you start using your ears, alright? Get familiar with the sounds of footsteps, gadget placement, barricades being hit and C4s being pulled out. Tell your friends to stop talking about their ex and focus on sound cues. Let me break it down for ya. In Rainbow Six Siege, defenders have access to a shared pool of 10 reinforcements that can be used to reinforce soft walls and hatches, turning them into reinforced bulletproof barriers. Use them wisely, and let me just say, if I catch one more rat reinforcing a rotation, I will lose my shit, okay? Unless Jimmy is the one who made the rotation, by all means go and reinforce that bitch. I can guarantee you that it is the worst rotation ever. So start reinforcing key walls that lead to the objective. Don't focus on reinforcing every wall in sight. It is best to make map control for your team by closing off breaching points leading to site. For example, if you are defending in bedroom or clubhouse, go and get map control by reinforcing the walls in CCTV or cache. Use that to your advantage and keep the enemy from gaining the map control. Learning the layout of every map is probably one of the most important things you can do in Rainbow Six Siege. There's a few ways you can go about learning the maps. But let me just say, if you are a beginner, it is best to focus on 1 or 2 maps at a time, okay? The first method you can go about learning the maps is by playing the game. Note that if you do it this way, it will take you a lot longer, okay? Second method is by going into map training, specifically target drill. But Professor, why go into target drill and not landmark drill? Good question, Little Jimmy. Let me tell you why. In target drill, not only will you learn the layout of the map, but you will gain knowledge on common angles due to having the dummies active. Okay? The final method you can use is by downloading an app on your mobile phone called R6 Companion. What this app does, it gives you the blueprint of every floor on every map, my guy. Unfortunately, the app does not provide the name of every room, so here is what you need to do. You see the compass on your screen, little Jimmy? That right there is the key to learning every name of every room, okay? The best method in my opinion is by adding method 2 and 3 together. Use target drill combined with the mobile app and effectively use the compass. With this method you will know every map better than little Timmy, okay? This one should be a no-brainer. Ha! You see what I did there? Magic, my guy. Anyway, Siege is a one-shot headshot. That is if you don't get screwed over by the game mechanics. You need to get into the habit of always aiming head level. A great way to get into the habit is by yet again going into target drill. You see the pattern, little Jimmy? Target drill is the most underrated feature in Rainbow Six Siege. Map knowledge, head placement and common angles can all be done in one mode. So what are you waiting for? Get your ass into the training grounds, my guy. Playing as a team is what sets Rainbow Six Siege apart from any other shooter. Yes, it is possible to clutch up, but if you truly want to win more games, I suggest you start playing with your team. This tip is mainly focused on the players that doesn't have a full squad or play solo, okay? Stick near your team. This will give you and your team the opportunity to make a trade should one of you get dropped like a sack of bricks. With the new pinging system, you and your team can communicate without a mic. If you have a mic, use it, little Jimmy, alright? Even if you just give basic callouts, for example, calling out the flank. Let's say you're not comfortable to speak on the mic, you can always use the text chat. There is so many ways you can work with your team, so stop trying to be Superman and form your own little Avengers. Okay? Let's be honest, the default settings in Rainbow Six Siege isn't the best. It is important to customize your settings in a way that will benefit you as a player. Stop taking settings from professional players. Just because the settings they use is working for them doesn't mean it will work for you. You have to find what works for you. How do we do this? By going into shooting grounds, target drill and even playing against AI. The final tip I have for you comes all down to play the damn objective, my guy. You win the game by planting the bomb, defending the bomb or letting your the clock run out as a defender. Okay, the point of Rainbow Six Siege isn't to chase kills, my guy. You can have 0 kills and 3 deaths and still be the MVP of the team, just by playing the damn objective. Get the plan down, defuse the bomb, play the time, it is the name of the game. And there you have it, little Jimmies and Timmies. The 10 tips you so desperately needed. This game has a learning curve, but once it clicks, it is one of the most satisfying shooters out there. If the video helped you in any way, feel free to penetrate that like button, give the subscribe button some buckshots and leave a comment down below with what's the one thing you are struggling with right now in SiegeX. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one, my guy.